Welcome to SnakChat, where we chat with guests and do some taste tests. And today on the show, we have Suzy Hosley. She is the Executive Director of Downtown Frankfort Incorporated. Thank you so much for hanging out and having a chat and having a couple snacks.
Yeah. So, okay, when I got invited to the show, when I heard the concept, I was like, oh my God. Okay, one, I love the snack. And two, I love to socialize. So I'm like, you want to just talk and, about random stuff and eat snacks? 100% do I want to be there.
Awesome.
So,
it sounds like we made this tailor-made for you.
It sounds like it, yeah. Although I am looking at some of the snacks and I'm like, okay, they're a little scarier than what I would normally go for.
Yeah.
But I do like a little bit of an adventure sometimes with food. So
okay. Well, we're gonna have a
experience.
Christmas adventure today.
Okay.
A little Christmas special, if you will.
Okay.
If folks couldn't tell from my sweater today, a little Kermit the Frog.
I love it. It's so festive.
Muppet Christmas Carol is
I was going to say
that
is probably the best Christmas Carol one is the Muppet.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, Michael Caine
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. He's so good. He's so good. Even acting against with Muppets who are amazing as well.
They are.
Oof. Okay, before we get too far down the movie rabbit hole, we'll back it back up.
Yeah, let's get back.
To get started us off,
okay.
I mentioned you're the executive director of Downtown Frankfort
Is that what
Incorporated.
I am?
That's what you are. That's what DowntownFrankfort.com says.
Okay, all right, we'll go with that.
So what do you do? What does that sort of entail as the executive director? What does that sort of?
So I could give you the really professional answer, or I could just give you the really simple answer.
Either one.
And I'm just gonna say that means I'm a cheerleader for Downtown Frankfort.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah,
which also means you're a cheerleader for the city of Frankfort
and
everything going on and events going on in town.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, and really, Downtown Frankfort Incorporated, Downtown Frankfort Inc. And I think there is confusion because every community set up differently. Mm-hmm. You've seen one community, right? We don't all run the same way.
Yeah.
So our downtown program, we are completely nonprofit.
Okay.
I think a lot of people think that we're like a branch of the city. We're not.
And
we're
it's good to remind
folks. 501c3. I'm funded through sponsorships and donations. But largely, our mission is to support the vitality of downtown. To a strong downtown is a strong community. Mm-hmm. And a majority of our programming is through events. It's creating programs that bring people that are residents of Frankfort, but regionally. We want to just bring people from the community, surrounding communities, into our downtown because it's awesome.
Oh, absolutely.
Why don't you want to come to our downtown? It's amazing.
Yeah, and it's always good to have a cheerleader there and letting people know about all the cool stuff going on.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Frankfort, how long have you lived in Frankfort?
I'm born and raised.
Born and raised. Okay. I was thinking that you were, but I hadn't confirmed that, so it's good to know.
Yeah, I made it out just a little bit for college and then found myself back.
Where'd you go to school?
So I went to EKU, and then I finished up at Kentucky State University.
Nice.
So,
very cool.
Yeah. I'm about as local as it gets.
Then and you were with the chamber for a while.
I was with the chamber, Frankfort Area Chamber, out of college. A little out of college for 16 years.
Wow.
And then hopped on to the downtown wagon. And
that's amazing.
Yes, I love it.
Okay. We're here. We've been chatting. We're going to do some snacking here in a second.
Okay.
Now, what is your relationship to snacks? Are you more of a sweets person? Are you more of a savory? Where do you kind of lean?
It's like an abusive relationship with snacks where I overindulge and then later regret it. And I'm like, why did you do this to me?
And then the next day you just forget.
Yeah,
and it's
I forget,
just the whole
and
cycle
I forgive
repeats.
It. Yeah, and I go right back.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm the same way.
So I am more probably of a savory person. But I don't like things overly sweet. But I like a good you know, a good cake, a good cheesecake.
Oh, yeah,
you know, like
same.
I'll
Yeah.
do. Don't get me wrong. A good cookie, a
Sweet,
good
yeah.
ice cream. I'm there for it.
Yeah.
But like normally I would rather get a good appetizer than like a really good dessert at a restaurant.
That's a really good way to frame
phrase
that
that.
and to keep that in mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm the same way. I'd rather
Yeah.
get like a nice shareable
Yeah.
appetizer than like a really chocolatey like brownie at the end of the dinner. You're absolutely right.
I mean, and every once in a while you want that chocolate brownie. You know, and I'm like, bring it.
Especially
but,
around it's like around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Around this time of year, the savory is great, but it's like I usually like lean more into my sweet side here.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
And then I go,
exactly.
and then I gotta revert back for the other 11 months of the year.
But if you can throw in sweet savory, that
Yes.
combo,
Incredible.
now, oh my gosh, that's
tough to beat.
that's what I will do all day. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try a snack.
Let's do it.
here.
Okay.
First one here is the Jelly Belly Christmas bean
I'm
boozled.
most scared about this.
You're most scared about it. Okay.
I don't know. Is this one of those jelly beans that like you get like vomit or like
I certainly
dirt
hope not.
or what?
It's holiday themed. It's got a little. It's got like a little Santa Claus hat on the logo. It says not. Oh, it does say naughty or nice.
Oh my gosh! See,
Contains
I knew
weird
it.
and wild flavors. So actually, I think you were.
I
think you knew more about it than I did.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So apparently this is the 7th edition, little facts for you, the 7th edition of the Christmas Bean Boozled jelly beans.
Okay.
We can't find the flavors
Bean
online, but they are
Boozled.
listed on the box here, and we might... Okay, you were
Boozled.
totally you were totally right.
I knew it.
Oh,
So I was
boy.
scared.
Okay, so I'm going to try to
Bean
get these
Boozled.
open here. We only have the one case. I think that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, you start it off.
Okay, I'll get like a little...
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy, that's a lot of handful. Okay, I'll pass them over to you.
Is there a drink in case I do get like?
Well, that we do have drinks right here on set with us. I believe Brett has plates. He's graciously provided if you wanted to put yours on a plate.
And I can't read what they are.
They're very small, and there's a lot.
It is very small.
You got to have your readers
Okay.
on to get
Are you good if
those.
I take 3? I feel like these are safe.
Oh, sure.
colors.
Yeah, you
Okay.
take as many as you want.
Oh, there's a plate. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to try
Okay.
this one that's kind of...
I have that one.
Okay.
My
it's
prediction
sort of
is
tan and red.
Yes, my
Oh, boy.
prediction is it's like a tangerine or like peach. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I haven't tried it yet.
Okay.
No, I was smelling it to see
Okay,
if there was
'cause
an
I have one too.
aroma, but I didn't smell it. So,
Okay.
You ready?
Are we doing it same?
Yeah, same time. Let's go. You ready?
Did you say I could swig that if this is disgusting?
Yeah, we're gonna try these here in a
Oh,
second.
that's
So you're more than
that's
that's
another.
something we're in
Okay.
there for.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. That's something. Mm-hmm. Yep. That
my
is
God.
something.
That
What
is
taste
something.
are you getting? I was like trying to
that
smell to
like-
see if I'm like smell. What am I smelling?
It's something that's supposed to be savory.
Yeah, I think we got this. We must have got
Like,
the same
is
one.
it like a hash brown or like
You don't mind? Let me see that. Or,
Okay.
or if you wanna-
Yeah. I can't. Oh my God. Oh.
Okay.
Oh my God. It's so bad.
Okay. The two that look like that,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, actually, there's 4 that kind of
Okay.
look because all the colors are kind of similar.
Okay.
One says dead fish.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
One says strawberry banana smoothie. I can pretty much say that is not that.
That is not it.
There's one that says peach.
That's not it.
There's another that says barf.
Oh my God.
Where's the
I
where's
think
your
it was
money?
barf.
Where's your money?
I think it was
Barf or
barf.
dead fish?
I'm going with barf. I'm going with barf.
That's nuts. That's quite a way to get us going.
So what's
here.
this blue one? Because I
The blue
need
one.
to.
There's 2 blues. One is berry blue.
Okay.
Sounds pleasant. The other, toothpaste.
Okay.
As she immediately puts it down in disgust. You want to try again? You want to try a few more? Okay.
Okay. So we don't know. Okay.
We don't know.
That's the thing. Oh, I see.
But you see, there's like two. So it's like it is kind of like a trick or treat situation.
It really is. Okay.
And I wonder if they do that in that around the season, the holiday season, or the Halloween. I mean.
Oh, this is the berry one.
That's the berry? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm all good now. I had to
You got to reset?
Do something, reset my palate on that one. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
this is something that my son would have so much fun with.
It's actually, it is, I can see it's fun. That was not pleasant what we had, but I would say it's not like, oh no, I need medical attention unpleasant.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh, that was just not, that was a bit of a not great
It was
flavor.
a little throw up in my mouth. That's okay. Which is why I think it was barf. I'm like, was it my barf or the actual, like... jelly bean. What do you think it was? Do you think it was rotten fish?
I might lean more dead fish.
Dead fish?
Yeah,
Maybe it
for
was
mine.
dead fish.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we can keep kind of coming back to these maybe as we go on because there's several different kinds here.
Okay.
But I'll ask you a quick question.
Okay.
We were talking about Frankfurt.
Okay.
And this is the Christmas special
Sure.
for SnakChat.
Okay.
What is your favorite Frankfurt Christmas tradition?
What is my favorite Frankfurt Christmas tradition? Okay, well, I kind of have to. I'm gonna put my Downtown Frankfort DFI hat on and say candlelight.
Sure.
I think candlelight is a lot of people's favorite Frankfurt. I mean, it kicks off the holiday season.
It does.
Like it is time.
Yeah.
The magic is gonna happen. Let's bring Hallmark to Frankfurt. The tree lighting ceremony, but yes, I've always loved candlelight. Driving around, looking at Christmas lights. I think that's really any community. You can just drive around and look at lights. That's a good question. I'll have to keep thinking.
Yeah,
what do we? Well, now that I have my 8-year-old son, kind of reliving some of the things.
Oh yeah,
but we love going to see the Santa Claus at Wilson's nursery.
Okay.
Now I'm just being
cool.
Suzy. I'm not I know it's not promoting downtown, but because he's such a great Santa, I'm obsessed with Wilson's. When I walk in there, and they bring a real reindeer.
Whoa! I actually don't think I knew that they even. I don't have a little one at home, so I had no idea that Wilson's had that Santa visits Wilson's.
Santa visits Wilson's with a real reindeer.
That's incredible.
Yes. So that one we always try to make sure we go to.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Buffalo Trace lights. I think this year is a little different. So we've signed up for the walkthrough. So we're going to see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's definitely one.
And I think the walkthrough is. I think that's a pretty cool way to do it, where you can it extends that experience a little bit, and you're able to kind of because there were I've done the drive before. We've all done that probably multiple times.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel maybe a pressure that there's a car directly behind you, and that you can't just I want to see that a little bit more, and then you're gone.
And
but
then you're gone, and
walk
the kid's out of the car. He's in my lap. Okay, we're getting ready to get on the highway, so I got to get him back before there's cars waiting. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. But Buffalo Trace, I think Christmas there, so many people have gone there to see Santa and the lights. But I just, again, not to be so corny, but I just love the way our downtown looks at Christmas time with the tree and the lights and Small Business Saturday, coming down and really throughout the holiday season, but just going shopping and hanging out downtown during the season. I love it. So
all of our businesses downtown, they do it up big for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool opportunity.
It
Shop
is.
small.
Get
some gifts locally here in town. Really cool.
It's always an experience.
Yeah. Okay. We were talking about movies.
Okay.
And so we'll rope that into the conversation.
Sure. Let's do it.
Are you a big Christmas movie fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like.
We were talking Muppets, and so I assumed you were about the Christmas Carol. Do you have so maybe I don't know if you've seen listen to podcasts where they do movie drafts kind of deal. If you had sort of first 5, what would be your top 5 picks for Christmas movies that you would go with?
I'm such a nostalgia person.
Yeah, you like the kind of classics.
I just love the classics. But okay, my top one, I have to watch it like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day every year. It's just tradition. Is A Christmas Story. I love A Christmas Story.
Now, do you fire it up on your streaming service of choice,
and then I play it nonstop?
Okay,
because when I was a
waited
kid,
until TBS.
we don't have cable, so I just and that's what we did when I was a kid. It was just always on, and it just feels like that Christmas magic.
It's
become
when you're
this
tradition now.
It really
right?
has,
and
it cracks me up every year. There's always parts that you just love, and let's talk about how the parents were drinking wine at 9 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Like those are stuff you're not recognizing the first time you see it. And then, because they don't call attention to it, but it takes maybe 10 or 12 more times you see it and you notice stuff like that.
And then you just notice things like that. But I love A Christmas Story. And it also kind of makes me think, my dad was born in 1942, and he always talked about, the Lone Ranger, when he was a kid. So, it also makes me think of my dad, too, how it would have been for him.
As, Ralphie, potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the BB gun. He has a younger brother. And so it just makes me think of the household. He grew up in Carroll County, and so that one for sure. And then second would be Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
undeniable classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about tradition. And we may do it this year, and I've already watched it twice, right? But the Grand Theater played it last year, and we went.
Yeah.
It was so much fun,
that's
and
cool.
they're doing it again this year.
I love that they've been doing that.
Yeah.
The whole thing we're going to talk about how cool Frankfort is, but I love that the Grand Theater plays older movies sometimes, things that you have seen a billion times, but never in a theater with other people.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We dressed up. We had the best time.
That's cool.
But I can pretty much probably a majority of people our age and older can recite every line
from
Christmas
Vacation.
From Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, every line, and they're all great, and it's always funny to the point that, and I always put it on when we're decorating the Christmas tree.
Oh yeah,
and so I just love this because it was perfect timing, and we didn't even prompt him to do it. So my son was helping my husband put up Christmas lights, and Luke was getting fun video, and he's on the ladder, and he's hooking the light, and Luke was like, "Hey Quinn, what you doing? You putting up Christmas lights? Are you being Clark Griswold or something?"
Yeah.
And he turned, he goes, "I'm not stapling them to the roof, Dad. I know not to do that." And he didn't even prompt it. We didn't prompt him to say that. Even my 8-year-old knows that you don't staple lights to the roof.
The things that they learn from the greatest movies.
Yeah. Okay, so that was 2.
Yes.
3 is Scrooged.
Oh,
Bill
Murray classic.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one. I haven't watched it yet, but I always have to watch
now,
that.
Is that what you do with your kind of top 5 in your roster there? Do you play these every holiday season? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm trying to think. I don't know. Those are my
I'll
go-to.
let you marinate if you don't mind.
Yeah. What are yours?
Let's pop open the Sprite. Let's get that tasted, and then that'll let us kind of let you think about you got two more, right? 2 more picks on your draft. While you're getting that open, I'll remind folks what this is. This is the Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry.
Okay.
It's the Sprite variant you've seen advertised by NBA star Anthony Edwards. The last couple months, Winter Spiced Cranberry Sprite first hit the soft drink scene in 2019 when Coke retooled Sprite Cranberry. So I don't think I've had this. I haven't had the winter spiced.
Yeah.
But I have definitely had Sprite Cranberry.
I've never had Sprite Cranberry.
Really? It's pretty good. It was definitely a hit.
Winter spiced cranberry.
So the new version, it includes warming spices. However you determine warming spices.
I'm trying to determine if this would be a good mixer with the spirit.
I think it really would be. Honestly. New variant quickly became a holiday favorite and has sold out every Christmas since its launch.
Is it really?
Yeah, no wild.
Oh my gosh.
So Coke discontinued its Coca-Cola spiced flavor, which only launched in February, leading to Sprite fans being concerned that this drink would be discontinued this year. But here it is, right here in our hands.
I feel like cola does that a lot, and they're always discontinued. Just don't mess with it, it's this dark soda. Don't you remember when they tried to do clear Pepsi, clear Coke? Nobody liked it.
That sounds awful. Yeah.
It was what are we doing here?
Yeah, and they're forever trying to come up with something new. Coke was this is what the galaxy tastes like.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine, but all right, give it a shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you, Sprite.
I see
what you're doing.
Are you getting?
I get it.
Maybe my palate is dulled from all the SnakChats, but are you getting much?
There's a hint of it.
It's like an aftertaste.
Yeah, which is why I kind of like it, because I was worried that it was going to be too sweet. It was going to be too much, and it's not. That I'm
I'm getting a spiced something. Yeah.
Kind of like the spice. Okay.
Yeah, but when it first hits, it just kind of tastes like a Sprite.
Yeah.
And then you get an after.
And then
so
you get
it's sort of subtle.
Yeah, it's in the background for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
Maybe it'll help us take down more of these jelly beans.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
Are you gonna try one? You gonna try another one?
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever this white and kind of tan combo is here. I
can't see what they are.
It's so small.
It's so small. They did that on purpose. Okay. What are you trying?
It's actually not bad. It kind of tastes like a marshmallow.
Okay.
Or cotton candy.
I feel
That's not bad.
Okay, I'm going to try the red.
Okay.
God.
You want me to take the box? Let me see. I'll see if I can.
I'm so lame. I was I'm an adventurous eater, and I'm oh.
I do like your strategy of taking half, though. You might be getting more intense, though, because it's you're breaking right into the middle.
That's right. Okay, this was fine.
That one's good?
Totally fine. Mm-hmm.
What was it? Was it pomegranate? Mm-hmm. Your other option was Old Bandage. Oh, my God.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I called it. It was mine that I had was toasted marshmallow.
Okay.
And thankfully that's what I got, because the other option was stink bug. Really glad I didn't get that one.
Stink bug.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's round out your Christmas movie draft. I think we heard 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
What was it?
4
Christmas
and
Story,
5.
Christmas Vacation, and Scrooge.
Yeah.
What would you say 4 and 5? What holds those spots?
I kind of want to. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave 4 and 5 open for there's potential for new things,
yes,
right?
And
that I don't have to say this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say there was one I watched this year that I thought was so good. Mm-hmm. Is it my favorite? I don't know. Would it be my top 5? I don't know. But I definitely would watch it again, and it left a mark on me.
Yeah.
And that was Claus.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Tell me more about it. There's been lots of Santa movies.
Okay.
Which one
Claus
is this?
is an animated movie.
Yes.
It's on Netflix.
Is it with a K?
Yes.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, though.
My brother-in-law was you have to watch Claus. And I think it was either nominated or won an Oscar for animation.
Right. I want to say it was at least nominated.
I was okay, I'm going to do it. I know it's going to be good. Mm-hmm. It was really good. It was really good. It's about this
it's
lazy
origins, right? Kinda,
huh?
Is it origins and sort
of
folk?
It's kind of
folksy.
origins, folksy. How did Santa come about? And it's this lazy post office worker, and his dad makes him go to a northern it's a town that you probably in the North Pole.
Yeah.
For a year, and he goes to this town, and it's totally dark, and people are unhappy, and people are fighting each other, and there is a toy maker there. So I'm just gonna leave it there. He meets this toy
That's
maker,
a good setup. That's a good setup.
It's really good. So I'm just gonna throw that in there as 4 because I think it's a must watch for people.
And I think what's a nice caveat when you have conversations about your top 5s. and I think it's all kind of interchangeable. You can it's open to like this as of this day in December. This is where I'm at. But in a month or a year from now, it could be different.
It could be different.
So
it could be different.
It's a little timestamp.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna I left that open for any new movie that year. For me, this year's clause. Okay. My 5th coming in hot. John Hughes. Home Alone, either 1 or 2. I love them both.
Absolutely.
So there we go.
Just another undeniable classic. I like that. You got like 4, unassailable classics that are just out there in the lexicon, and then like a new favorite.
We'll just leave one open for whatever new one you saw this year.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. What about you?
I definitely could not give a top 5, but I think a few that float around that I try to watch every year. I mean, love the Muppet Christmas Carol, of course, like we talked about.
Yeah, I almost named that one too. Yeah, it's a good one.
Also, I got to say the White Christmas.
Okay, classic.
One of my favorites. Yeah. And then I really like I'll just do a 3 at least for now.
Okay.
One that I know I've gotten a lot of heat over the years, the new Grinch, the animated Grinch movie.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
2018, 2019, something like that.
We saw it in the theaters.
Yeah. With I think Benedict Cumberbatch plays Grinch, and I think Kenan Thompson's got a voice in there.
Yeah.
And there's some music from like Pharrell and Tyler the Creator. Like it's like a cool updated movie, but my big takeaway, the animation's great. Yeah. He's also nice to his dog. He's good to Max.
He is good to Max. You're so right.
The original, like as a big animal person, dog person too, I struggle with the original.
I know.
And even the Jim Carrey one has its, that one's a little off the wall. But like this one is like, he's actually like, he's the Grinch. He's a curmudgeon. But you know that he loves his dog. Yeah. And like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it kind of makes sense because we all know, and that's kind of part of the Grinch, there's a good guy in there somewhere, you know? So like, it would make sense
you don't
that
see it like
through
at all in the original ones. No. And then it just kind of comes out of nowhere. Right. But in this one, it's like there's little whispers. Like he can tell he cares about
He's in
Max.
there. Yeah.
So that's one I always throw out there. Remind people, like, if you haven't seen it, go see that one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Let's try another snack. Let's see.
Like a whole different one?
Let's try a whole different snack. Let's go with the Elf maple syrup goldfish. Why don't you grab that one there? That one is a limited edition version of Goldfish Grams, dropped nationwide just last month.
Oh, you can smell it. The maple, like it's like
they weren't
breakfast
kidding.
On a plate. Elf, talk about a good movie. That's another fun one. I love me some Will Ferrell.
So I think that is one of the newer sort of Christmas classics. Yeah. I would say Elf.
Yeah.
It's 20 years old.
It's not. You shut your mouth right now. It cannot be 20 years old. Oh my God, you're so right. It is 20 years old. It is. I know. Oh my God. And I will say this brings this up for me, talking about like holidays and nostalgia and movies and all that stuff with Will Ferrell. Another thing that I love to watch is I always love the Saturday Night Live Christmas special.
Oh yeah.
You know, like every year, like it's like I can't wait to see what the crazy.
Well, and then they do the great compilation shows too of like the best skits from over the years. And they've got so many of them.
There's so many good ones.
Yeah. Speaking of SNL, sidebar, did you watch Saturday Night? The movie?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I loved it.
I did too.
A
lot
really
of people,
loved
it's kind of
it.
Divisive. A lot of people don't like it.
I liked it.
Me and my wife loved it.
I loved it because I think anyone that like grew up watching Saturday Night Live, you appreciate. First of all, I love movies that take place in one night or one day.
Me too. Yeah.
You know,
this one's like it's a 90-minute movie and it takes place 90 minutes before the first episode.
Yes.
And you know they definitely take some liberties, which I think it's fine. You're not there to watch a historical recounting. No.
And a lot of it was just like paying like tribute to some of the skits we all loved, you know, that they just kind of threw in that first episode.
Yeah, but like the energy of the movie too. It's just.
But I loved it, and it's everything like I felt like or thought it would be behind scenes.
Yeah, like
the
real 90 minutes before they go live, what that's probably
just the
like.
Madness.
Yeah.
And I also thought that the actors did such a good job portraying like, you know, those characters, like the guy who played Dan Aykroyd, the guy who played Chevy Chase, Gilda Ragnar, John Belushi, like it was their characteristics, and that was so enjoyable. And it really made me have like more respect for Lauren Michael.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm so glad that he did make it.
I am
Like,
too. Yeah, that, like here we are 50 years
here
later,
we are,
and it's still
he's
around.
just like
yeah.
one of the most successful like producers, and it's like good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually read the biography of SNL.
Oh, did you?
And that's really fun to read.
And then, like, that's a probably more true telling. And so I think it's fun to be able to, not look at this necessarily as the truest account, but more of the vibes.
But some of the things you saw that they hinted to in that show, like, actually happened behind the scenes. You know, some of the things with Dan Aykroyd being a ladies' man.
Yeah, I think people have heard that. And then Chevy Chase being a type of way.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, let's try these.
Okay, sorry, we're
Elf
doing it.
maple syrup
Elf?
grams.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, my boy. The maple.
You can smell it, can't you? Ooh, it's salty and sweet. Savory and sweet. I can get down with that, actually.
Oh, boy.
I can get down with this.
Would you buy a whole bag?
I don't know, maybe.
Would the fam be into it?
I could see my husband loving this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that too.
You smell a lot of the maple.
Uh-huh. But the taste.
But the taste isn't overly maple the way it smells. It actually reminds me of like, what are the cookies in the blue tin can? Like the butter cookies.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
That's what it reminds me of. It's real buttery and
And
sweet
it does
and
give
salty.
you a really nice aftertaste, like the syrupy, like you've had some pancakes or waffles or something.
It's got like
I like that.
Yeah.
See, graham crackers can be breakfast.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So we know you like movies.
Okay.
We know that you like Christmas movies. I have heard whispers that you are a horror movie fan as well,
I like a good
because you
scary
don't
movie.
discriminate when it comes to genre. I'm kind of the same way. I respect that about you all. What was sort of just give me a little background maybe on like what was the first horror movie, because a lot of people remember. Do you know the first horror movie that like really like freaked you out?
Yeah. So it's so funny. My brother and I we were just talking about this, like, and again, like I think it comes back to nostalgia because we always loved Halloween, and my family just always made the holidays so fun, like really Halloween, and you know, I had older siblings and they love scary movies. We just were kind of a scary movie family. So when someone asks me if a movie is okay for their kid to watch, I'm like, I'm not one that can gauge that for you. Like, don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
Because I'm probably going to say, yeah, it's fine. And it's not fine at all. And it wasn't fine for me when I was watching them as a kid, I'm sure. But I turned out okay.
Yeah.
My
family. You became the executive director of Downtown Frankfort Incorporated.
I'm fine. I just need a little therapy. It's okay. I might be overly paranoid about stuff.
We all do.
I always say, I'm like, it's what's kept me alive for so long because I knew the rules.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up watching scary movies. So if someone was like, hey, you know, tonight we're all going to go to the cemetery and do a seance and like drink, I would be like, not me.
Oh, really?
I
I've
won't
seen
be
that
there.
movie.
Yeah, I know exactly what happens.
No, you
Not
keep that
doing
Ouija
it.
keep that Ouija board away.
Yes.
From you. Yeah.
That is against the rules. So when I had to give you the background. When I say this, you're not so like, oh God. My family and I, as a family, we were laughing about this the other day. We were like, can you imagine if parents did this today? As a family, we watched Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was like 3 years old.
The first one is a lot.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I was 3-4 years old. Like a movie that makes you scared to go to slep. My parents let me watch that.
Yeah, you're like, no,
As a
Johnny
family,
Depp,
we
don't go to
watched
sleep.
it. Yeah, exactly. And that was terrifying. And I also remember, it's not a movie like I love, but it terrified me, was Candyman. I remember watching that, and it terrified me. I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever seen Candyman.
Oh, really?
There's a newer one, I think, and I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was Nightmare.
That was the first movie,
Okay.
first horror film I saw, and I remember it also being terrifying.
And now, do you look back on it, like you've watched it since then?
Oh,
do you look back on it and you're like, okay, that's silly? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it for the first time maybe 2-3 years ago, and it didn't like scare me, but I was I was honestly amazed at some of the practical, because this was what, the 80s, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some of the practical effects that they do are just incredible.
It's still scary.
Yeah,
I mean,
still spooky.
I mean, I watched it today. I still would say that holds up as a
Yeah.
horror film. When I was little, actually, the movie. Okay, that was scary. But the movies that terrified me the most, that I refused to watch, that I hated, were zombie movies. Like I couldn't do them until recently. I still don't like zombie movies. There's just something about it that is so terrifying to me.
The one that really got people, I feel like in my generation for sure, is the 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were, because those were fast zombies.
They were fast
Those are
zombies.
sprinting zombies, and like you used to like Walking Dead, and you're like, okay, just maybe don't fall down and break my ankle in the
just hit them in
1
the
mile
head
radius
and you're good.
of this person.
Yeah,
but like the other ones, man,
that
they
was
were that freaked me out. Okay, so what would be your top? We're making lists. What would be your top 3 horror movies?
So top 1, again, it's like kind of how it was with Christmas. It's nostalgia. Halloween.
Okay.
We have to watch it every year.
The OG.
My husband
John
and I,
Carpenter,
carve
Kentucky's very
pumpkins.
own. Kentucky's very own John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My husband and I carved pumpkins. We watched Halloween. Actually met Nick Castle a couple times, who played the original.
That's amazing.
Mike Myers. Yes.
That's cool.
2 would be Scream.
Okay.
I love Scream when that
Scream is a blind spot for me. Weird. It's weird. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Scream?
I've never watched a single Scream movie all the way through.
Are you serious?
No. I know who he. I know the Ghostface guy. I know what he looks like. I know like kind of the concept and stuff.
But you've never seen the
I
first
love Scary
one?
Movie.
You've never seen the first?
I've never seen the first Scream or of the 5 or 6 sequels.
Let's just take out all the the other movies, and let's just go to the original Scream.
Okay.
Because all this crap. Let's just go to the original one.
Stay with the OG.
Yeah, just like how they do with all movies. Like you don't need there's sequels, right? You have to watch the first Scream.
Okay.
For somebody that
it's up there.
appreciates horror films,
yeah, I do.
you will love it.
Okay.
You will still love it.
And see where it also where it plays with tropes, but also creates some that have been continuing on today. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I remember I was like in 7th grade when it came out. And so it was like an R-rated movie I got to go to with my friends at the theaters. I saw it probably at least 5 times in the movie theater.
In a theater?
Oh, yeah. When it came out, I thought it was so great.
Yeah.
So that's 3 or 2.
Yeah.
3 is The Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Lost Boys. Love it.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
Isn't that a great one? That's one I think when you bring it up. Fright Night's the other one. I love Fright Night too.
I actually just watched Fright Night for the first
original?
time. Yeah, for the first time.
Did you
back
like
this
it?
past holiday, saw it this season. I liked
silly.
it, but there was a couple moments. I was like, oh man, this is like 5 stars, and then it dropped down a whole 2 when there's a moment where there's like a death. And it was like, it just like lingered way too long. And like as an animal person, that's where I'll leave it. And I just did not. I didn't like that part. But the tone of it is so good. It's so funny and wacky.
Yeah. Well, it's that classic, like, the neighbor's bad story, like
and,
that
like,
closed window or whatever. But,
and you're like the one person who sees it and trying to convince everybody else that, like, no, I'm not going crazy. Yeah. It's a good setup.
Yeah. But yeah, Lost Boys, I love everything about it. There's so many silly things in that, Corey Feldman, Corey Haim, man.
Yeah. Oh, just another classic.
Yeah.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
We're talking Christmas movies and horror movies too.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, but let's do another snack here.
Okay.
Let's do let's do these favorite day cookie butter mini waffle cones.
I'm so glad. I've been eyeing that. That's the one I've been wanting this whole time.
Yeah, that looks really good. All right. It might take me a second. These are kind of in here. Oh, I see it now. There it is.
I want to hear your top 3 favorite
horror movies.
Yeah.
Ooh. So one that comes to, I know. I like that. Here you go.
Okay.
Okay, one that always comes to mind that I tell people, I think one of the scariest experiences I had in the theater was Hereditary. 2014, 2015. I love it. I think it's probably
You
still.
loved it?
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have
but
you watched it more
because
than once?
I only watched it once, and I've seen like bits and pieces since then. And I want to put it back on, but it was one of the few times in a theater that I kind of had to like peel myself off of the seat because like I was so stressful and I was kind of like sweating through it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, okay. I will give you that it is a good movie. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Across the board, it was a good movie,
yeah.
right? It's something I would never watch again because it was tough. One of the most. Have you ever seen Requiem for a Dream?
I think I have.
Okay.
Maybe along like when I was in high school.
Okay. It's like right up there with me. That's another one I would never watch again.
Yeah.
It is so depressing.
There's something in my head, a scene from that movie that's like burned in my memory, and I won't say it here.
Yeah. I'm sure you know exactly.
Yeah.
It is so, and Hereditary is the same. It's so depressing and just like, I don't know, like kind of like takes you aback and you just feel like, oh my God, like you kind of like I like needed to like maybe shower. I needed something happy. I needed to cleanse myself of like this very like dark thing that I just watched.
Mm-hmm. I totally understand that.
It's not something that you would be like, hey honey, let's just like throw this on and eat some popcorn.
Let's be silly billies and just throw on Hereditary.
Throw it on in the background. Yeah. You're like, Halloween, I would
carve
just like
a pumpkin.
Put on. Yeah, it's not a pumpkin carving movie.
It's not. I don't think it is either.
It like makes you feel a certain way. Like I was almost like, do I need therapy after watching this? So, but anyways, okay.
Another one that I'll say, I'll leave it here. One that along your same story about Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay.
Mothman Prophecies.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
With Richard Gere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I was in like middle school when it came out, and I was like, and I was convinced that the Mothman was real because they had all these things on the internet, early internet days.
What's convinced you that he's not?
Well, it's like of the message board stuff, and so like I would just read other people's recountings of the Mothman.
Yeah,
I was like locked in for months, and it's one of the few times the movie has like.
You did a deep dive. Like, I got to learn about the Mothman.
But I do. Okay. But it's one that I revisit today.
Sure.
And I still love it. But like some of the imagery and stuff going on in it is super cool.
I'll have to watch it. So have you ever been to like, in their like the Mothman, in their convention?
Point Pleasant, West Virginia is kind of like the hotbed area. And I'm not, we really should be talking to Dr. Ellie if we're going to talk about Mothman. I was going to say,
do you know Dr. Ellie? She would have a whole segment with you just on Mothman.
I think we've got one in the works.
Shout out Dr. Ellie, Capital City Museum.
Yeah, all the shout outs to the Capital City Museum.
She's got all the insight on any sort of like community folklore, like crypto,
any cryptid information you need. Yep, she's got you. But I think I'm going to get with her about like an itinerary because me and my wife will probably. I think we're going to try to go to Point Pleasant to see the Mothman kind of museum and stuff they have there. So
cool.
Hey, let's try these.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they are the favorite day cookie butter mini waffle cones.
All right.
And it's Target's proprietary brand of snacks.
Okay.
And,
is that chocolate in there?
I think so. It's been on TikTok, snack influencer, social media, Christmas version of the mini waffle cones.
Okay.
Filled with cookie butter in addition to milk chocolate.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, let's do it. Cheers.
I'm excited. Cheers. This looks delicious.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I don't even
Creamy.
know what do we even say about it. It's got a nice crunch, but it's not like hard or anything. It's not like really like hard to get through or anything.
So like, it's that. Okay, have you ever had the drumsticks?
Yeah.
You know the tip of the drumstick. Okay, with the chocolate in the center. That's what it reminds me of.
But since it's this sort of waffle
it's not
thing,
chewy. Yeah, it's crispy.
It's like, but it's thicker too than those like the drumsticks. Yep.
And the crust though reminds me of. Have you ever had Crankin' Boom's ice cream cones?
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, I already have one. I'm gonna go for another one. What's your third? You didn't give me your third horror film.
I would have to think on that. I don't know what I would say would be my third.
Mm-hmm.
I did just recently, maybe last year, I think, watch A Little Shop of Horrors. It's not like a scary movie, but
classic
it's just,
film.
I love that brand of like silly horror and like really insane stuff happening on screen, but they're kind of having fun with it and having a goof. I like some of the horror movies.
You
like
say
that.
like silly horror. Do you like Bruce Campbell, like Evil Dead? And that?
Oh sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Those are fantastic. Another silly one that I want to revisit because I don't think I appreciated it at the time, but From Dusk Till Dawn was another one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was more into like Tarantino at the time, and then it sort of moves from a Tarantino movie into this wild horror film, and so I think I'll love it more now. But I like that vibe.
I had no clue it was a vampire movie when we watched it.
Same. I didn't either.
And that's what was like, what?
I had a hard time processing. And I think now I know what it is.
Yeah.
I think I can appreciate it a little better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking horror movies and Christmas movies. How do you feel about Christmas horror movies?
Oh, so we just watched... We own it, Krampus, last week. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
ever
I've
watched Krampus?
I don't think I've ever seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Hey,
I think I've
Toni
seen
Collette's
clips.
in it.
Oh, she
Your
is
girl
in
Toni
it.
Collette's in it.
Is Adam Scott also in it?
Adam Scott's in it.
He's
Yeah.
like one of my classic those guys.
love Adam
one of my
Scott,
dudes.
yeah.
I love Adam Scott.
I always say when people are like, "What's it like, working at Downtown Frankfort Inc?" And I'm like, "Have you ever watched Parks and Rec?"
I thought you were gonna say, "Have you ever watched Krampus?"
No. It was like Adam Scott was like,
Yeah,
"Have you ever
absolutely.
watched Parks and Rec?" That's what it's like. Nope. So it's fun. You'll like it.
Okay.
And actually, so this Friday is Friday the 13th, right?
It
It's
is.
in December.
That's right.
So I looked at me and my husband were talking about it this morning. I said, Luke, we should watch Black Christmas on Friday.
Oh yeah.
The original one.
Uh-huh.
Which, you probably already know this. That's the first time in a horror film that they had, like, the eyes through the killer. Everybody thinks it was Halloween, but it was actually Black Christmas. Because that came Black Christmas was before Halloween.
And now there's been, and this is one that was in the 70s, is that right? Because there's been several remakes over the years, but really the one to watch is the original one for sure. Okay, we got a couple more snacks here. We're probably running close on time. This is an extended version of our show because we're having such a good time chatting.
Yeah, we are.
Let's try the what are these here? Let's see.
What are these? Poppin' candy.
Poppin'
Also,
candy.
Another fun fact. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, horror films, okay, and here I am, like coming out with strong with it. Black Christmas, same writer of Christmas Story.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the other movie he did. Isn't that hilarious?
That's incredible.
I think so. You'll have to
You'll
have to fact check me on that, but it's something like that. It's not really crazy.
I
I'm pretty
honestly
sure.
believe you.
I'm sure it is. Okay.
Okay, these are Kool-Aid Snow Day popping candy.
Okay.
Classic Kool-Aid flavor in popping candy or pop rock form. Don't mix with the Sprite or you might explode, per the urban legend.
Are you gonna do it? I'm not gonna do it. I'll let you do it first, and then I'll do it.
and then we'll see if true magic happens. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you and then they've got a little question in the script here. Are you like a fan or like a believer of urban legends and like is there I don't know. You can pretty quickly go from like urban legend into like folk tale or like superstition. That's the word. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm so gullible to superstition.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm like, I knock on wood all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I say bless you when someone sneezes.
Yep.
I don't know if that is considered, but it's just like.
But it's like a trigger
ingrained in me
response.
because it's knock on wood. Don't like to walk under a ladder.
Oh.
Yeah, so you could say definitely if I'm watching a ball game, and we're losing, and then all of a sudden, like, we make a shot or something. UK basketball, by the way.
Sure. Yeah.
CATS. Sorry. And someone shoots it. Then I'm like, oh, let me go back to the room so that he'll shoot it again.
Yeah, it was like, oh, wait a second. We were sitting, we were playing really well. We went on this run, and I was sitting here. You got to move. I got to sit there now.
Yeah. So, that's what I mean when I say I'm surely gullible to it. Yeah.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try popping candy here, and then we'll try these sour candies too. Sour candy cans. All right.
You're just okay.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
Not the whole bag, but
not
more
bad.
for home.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Have you ever you've had pop candy before,
Oh yeah, for
right?
sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's good flavor.
It feels crazy, like to just have a powdery substance like that that you just dump in your mouth, and
it just
weird things going on.
I agree.
What a world we live in.
What a world we live in.
They're telling me in the script, can confirm, Bob Clark wrote and directed both Black Christmas and Christmas Story.
There you go. See?
Also directed Porky's.
Really?
So there you go. to complete the Bob Clark
range.
trifecta, more than welcome to try that one out.
A wide range.
Okay, we're keeping here. Oh, also directed Baby Geniuses as well, apparently. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't know that I've seen that one.
Okay, last question I got for you, and then we'll try these, and we'll wrap up. What's the most horrifying gift you've ever received for Christmas? This could include foods, of course, since we're snack chatting. But do you recall there a particularly horrifying, maybe not a bad gift, but is there like a horrifying gift or anything in your history that you're like, oh?
Oh my gosh!
I don't know that I have one. It would take a while for me to just sit and go back into the mind palace and dig it out.
I feel like one that I just thought was hilarious, and it ended up great because it was like a couple days later I was in one of those, what do you call it, like the Secret Santa, but you do gag gifts.
Oh yeah,
okay,
I know what you're talking about. I was gonna say
Santa
or
white elephant,
but those are like you can steal, I think.
Okay.
Right.
This was like totally like get the most like ridiculous gift you can. I remember my mom, and I never even watched the show. So think about this. Never watched the show at all.
Yeah.
And she got me a Duck Dynasty t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like,
Dynasty t-shirt.
Do you remember Duck Dynasty?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I didn't watch a lot of it, but I remember it being a big deal.
Okay. I was like, thanks. Like, why? And it was like the face of one of the guys, and it was like Duck Dynasty. I'm like, why did you give me that?
Was it a gag gift? It wasn't?
No, she just thought, because they like the, I don't know. She was like, it's a great show. You'll enjoy it. Here's a shirt. And I was like, oh, that's going directly to the gag gift Christmas party that I'm going to in 2 days. So sorry, Mom. But I remember that like being very perplexing. Like,
yeah, I was like, what about this? Like,
what made you think?
Have you ever like confronted about that, or were you just like, we'll just?
No, I would just kind of laugh, and I was like, thanks.
That's pretty good. But you had a good excuse for it too, a good way to like.
Yeah, to make it positive.
Make it positive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like another like really bad one, but no, nothing really comes to mind. Like, I'm always grateful.
Yeah. They're asking me to explain. There was a big pop on the microphone, and it's because I was trying to rip open this box of Warhead sour candy canes that we're going to try. And it was an aggressive rip, and I apologize for folks that
and now they're like, what happened?
Like, did I fall and bump my head?
Are you okay?
Yeah. What would you like? Would you like the flavors are black cherry or blue raspberry? I'll let you choose.
Ooh, blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. That is for you.
Blue raspberry.
What was your? Do you remember Warheads being a big deal?
Yes.
I loved Warheads.
Yes,
yeah.
And I mean they're back. Sour candy is
it back?
Like,
it's like
well,
all
I
the way
don't know
back.
that did it ever kind of go away? Maybe it did, but
know.
now it's very back because Quinn loves sour candy. Like that's what he even like asked for it as for Christmas gifts. He's like,
wow.
I want a bag of Sour Patch Kids and Warheads, and the sour the better. He's the same way with spicy stuff. Like Takis are really big.
Oh, yep. I know that the Takis are a big deal with the younger generations. Yeah.
Yeah, he either wants Takis, which you should have that, the really spicy Takis.
Funny you mention it. If folks go back in the archives and watch our very first episode of SnakChat,
Was it Takis?
Yeah, we did a little Taki, and then actually the Halloween, the Around 10 Halloween special from 2024 this year.
I will go back and watch.
We tried like zombie Takis.
Okay.
And I think me and Harvey were the only ones that actually kind of liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, he loves them, and he loves sour candy to the point that I'm like, he's gonna get an ulcer. Like, I have to like
but then you have sometimes remind
intake
yourself though that it's like, we were all that like that when we were younger. I think.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Yeah, I had a bit of a take your time. I had a bit of a struggle getting that one open, as folks could hear about the box. It is
trying to get this. Okay.
Warheads were possibly the first extreme sour candy. And these are
first
just that
what?
extreme sour candy. And this is just
extreme.
Just that in candy form. And yeah, I remember it being a big deal when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And it was like somebody would get those and like, oh, you're next
so
level.
Sour.
Like you're hardcore.
Well, if you could just like get through the sour part, the middle was always really sweet.
Oh yeah.
You know
yeah, there's always like a something like good there waiting on you. Yeah.
That you could get to.
Okay. I don't know how to like. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting.
Mine's not very sour.
At
Is
all.
yours sour?
No.
Mine just tastes like blue raspberry.
Yeah. And it's just like coloring our teeth and tongues, I think.
I mean, is there supposed to be a sour aftertaste, maybe? Do we give it a second?
I'm not getting it like at all.
Okay, sour candy canes, Warheads. Come on.
You're not bringing your A game.
You didn't. Yeah. What's
That's
going
weird.
on?
I was fully expecting to
I was too.
have a reaction.
Not
to that.
sour.
Not sour at all.
Maybe they messed up on this batch.
Wow. Yeah, your son would be like, no.
Oh, he would
get
be
these
like,
out of here.
Oh, you know what?
Are you getting a little? Maybe I
I'm
should
trying
have
to figure out
dedication.
if the center is sour, maybe.
Maybe it is.
I think the center is a little more sour.
Okay, that's
still
good
not
to know.
very sour.
Still not very sour. Still not like the
thumbs
sour,
down.
like the Warhead. Actually,
Yeah.
you put it, and it's like
and
seconds.
and you're
yeah. Well, it's been so much fun hanging out with you and getting to know
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah, and trying some snacks. Let's remind folks where they can find Downtown Frankfort, the Incorporated, right? What's the sort of website, social media, stuff like that, and then anything that you guys have coming up.
When you said that, I was like, well, you just get on Main Street, and you just go
arguably, once you go down the hill, you're in downtown Frankfort.
Just go down the hill. I always call it the bowl. Just you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for asking, because that's that's what we're here. We're here
nice
to
plug.
talk about Downtown Frankfort. So downtownfrankfort.com.
Yes.
So definitely go to the website, and that's where you can find information about our events. Mm-hmm. We have a donation page. So as you know, these events, they're not cheap.
Nope.
They're expensive.
Yep. Need
We're
sponsors
nonprofits. We're nonprofit. I do my best to get sponsorship and put these events on.
Yeah.
But if there are things you love coming to, like, donate to DFI. That helps grow these programming, which in essence helps the downtown businesses. That's why we're here, is to support the downtown, the economy of downtown, the businesses of downtown. So your donation helps us support our special, charming downtown Frankfort. So downtownfrankfort.com, or you can go to our Facebook page.
Yep.
Follow us if you want to know what's going on in downtown. We post a lot. We share a lot. We post about our events there. We're almost to 13,000 followers, so it's really growing.
That is big.
Because we do put so much out there, so much content out there, what's going on in the community. And then we have an Instagram page, so go to our Instagram as well. So that's how you can get a hold of us. Yeah.
Okay, Suzy, final verdict on the snacks. What was your favorite?
Okay.
I think for me, it's got to be these guys, the waffle cone.
I like the waffle cone, and I like the goldfish.
Goldfish was good too.
I liked them both. I would say that, yeah. They were very more like closely to what a holiday treat would be.
Yep.
Definitely not the jelly beans.
No, you know what? I'm going to try one more just to get us out of here.
Are you? Okay.
I'm doing this yellow one. I don't even know. I don't know.
You're so brave.
It's top banana. That's that one.
Oh, good for you.
It could have been wet dog. I got really lucky with
So
those.
you said, we have to go. Sorry. I was going to say, you said that earlier we were talking movies, about dog, which I'm with you.
Yes.
When I'm watching a scary movie, I'm like, that dog better not get hurt. No animals. I do not like when animals get hurt.
I don't either.
So do you have a dog? Are you big dog? Okay.
2 dogs, 2 cats.
2 dogs. 2 dogs, 2 cats.
Yep.
Okay. I've got a dog and a cat.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, we love them. We love what both the energies bring.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of represents, I think, a full scale of mine and my wife's personality.
Yeah.
Yep, we love them.
What are your pets' names?
We got Cody.
Cody.
And Professor. Those are the boy dogs.
And Professor. Oh, my gosh.
And then we've got Joe, who's our male cat, and Minnie is our female cat.
Okay.
And Joe, we call him Joe Beans, and he's a psychopath, but we love him to death. He's just like a bit like derpy.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a derpy cat.
Yeah.
And he's so
I love
funny.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want your cat to be a little psycho. Like I do. My cat's a little psycho. Like you want that in your cat, right?
What are your pets' names?
So I have, our dog's name is Balin. And it's Balin, but he was named after Balin from The Hobbit.
Yeah. My cousin Balin.
Yeah. So when I read The Hobbit before the movie came out, I thought it was Balin. And then we named our dog, and then I was like, it's Balin.
Oh, it's Balin.
Well, I don't like Balin, so it's Balin.
It's Balin. That's cool.
And then our cat, his name's Loki.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he's a very dominant cat.
Oh.
Like he's in charge.
He rules the roost.
He rules the roost. Our poor, and Balin's senior dog. So yeah, but who rules the roost? Is it Joe?
No.
Is it Professor?
Professor is the alpha among the dogs.
Okay.
And then, that's a good question. I would say my wife. She keeps the animals in line, and I'm like, listen to her. I'm just like, listen to her. That's right. Hey, she says y'all can't come in the kitchen. We got to follow this.
We got to follow. We family.
Yeah, I'm like first lieutenant.
Yeah.
Like, all right, y'all, we got to get in line.
She's CEO. I'm just the manager
Yeah,
here.
that's right. I'm the manager. Like, you got to take that up the ladder.
Yeah, corporate's called. Corporate says that, like, here's the new, like, regulations. My hands are tied.
Yeah, because, like, they all fall in line in that way. So I think that probably
okay, I like that.
Suzy Hosley, you are the executive director of Downtown Frankfort Incorporated. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and chatting and trying some snacks. It's been an awesome time.
Yeah, it's been so great. I want to come back.
Good. I think we've set it up where we'll absolutely have you back. We'll talk more movies. Maybe when we get closer to the Oscars, we could. How would you feel about that? Okay. We'll pencil that in. We'll tell Brett.
Which means I got to start watching
some 2024 movies.
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen Saturday Night. You're getting there.
Yeah. Is that in line? Do you think that'll be one of them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think the support is there.
Is
for
there?
It,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I loved it. I had a great time.
I did. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this has been a great time hanging out with Suzy. This has been SnakChat, a show where we chat with guests and do taste tests, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully
and come
soon.
Downtown.
Yeah,
and come downtown.
Enjoy downtown Frankfurt. Yeah. That's right. We'll see you later.
Bye.